Morning. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. Hello to everyone watching this. If you're watching this back, whatever time of the day or night it is, I hope you are well. I'm Kyle, the Crystalline Mage, and it is, of course, weekly Oracle card readings time. It is 9 a.m. Perth time on Sunday morning, the 17th of October. And today we are working with, you can't see the name, the Angel Dreams Oracle today. Good morning. It's a beautiful deck to work with. It's quite thorough. A lot of information. So this is the deck we are going to be playing with today. I hope you all well. I hope you are all enjoying the weekend so far. I hope the week hasn't been too hectic for you. There has been a lot of energy around and there's a lot more to come, which I will explain shortly. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, beautiful people. Let me know how you're doing, where you're at, what you're up to. I'm going to give these ones a good shuffle because this is one of my decks that I work with very often. I'm good. I'm not too bad. It's all happening. It really is all happening at once. Which is good. When things happen quickly, you don't have too much time to overthink it, right? I just want to make sure my connections are good this morning. Everything's behaving. Shot the arrow and moving forward. We love it. Yep, makes sense. Just a little one as it flips out as we're, yeah, okay. Casual message for myself before we do the collective. So, as you all know, it is weekly Oracle card reading time. I will be pulling one card for every day of the week for the collective, an overview card for the whole week for a little bit of extra guidance. And I'll of course be pairing it all with crystals to work with. So this is going to be the penultimate weekly Oracle card readings in this space. I'm moving in just over a week. So next Sunday will be the final one in this space, and then the week after my husband and I should be in our new house, which is very exciting. So it'll be a completely new space, completely new vibe and energy, which I'm really excited about working from. It's really, really beautiful. It's one of those things where you kind of work with the energy that's around you, and the energy then works with you in a really beautiful way. If you fight it, yeah, don't fight the current, right? You can't fight the current. It's one of those things. It's happened in less than 2 weeks. It has literally happened in less than 2 weeks. From the day we got the call, which was a Monday evening, less than 2 weeks ago. Guess what? You need to move. It wasn't as urgent as you need to move now, but basically the people that own our apartment were selling, so we needed to move on. We've been here for nearly 10 years. So all of this energy is kind of perfect to be working with to make a big move and to rectify and change things and do things in the right way. That's the whole point of retrogrades, is to realize and learn where things have been out of whack, out of balance, so we can do it properly. Within a week, we found the place that we wanted. We went to do the house viewing. We put in our application, and against, lots and lots of other groups and other people, we managed to go and find a new place. So it's very, very exciting. Completely new area, completely new vibe, completely new thing. So I love it. I'm all excited about those sorts of changes. It's a good thing to do, good thing to work with, and it's a wonderful thing to, don't fight it, basically. If the changes are around you, go with the changes, and you'll generally be very well looked after. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely meant to be. I vision boarded it. We put up everything that we wanted on my vision board. It's quite hilarious that I did my own vision boarding workshop and then got to put it into action straight away. Would you? Okay. No worries, Trish. Bear with me. Sorry, Facebookers. This is going to be a bit strange for a second. Huh? Are you good? All good, don't worry. All good. How you doing, Trish? All good? Or did you want to actually go live with me? Sorry, Facebook, 2 seconds. Let me know. But yeah, so I will be moving to a new space. I will be working from a new place, and I'm really excited about that. New energy and all that good stuff. And it'll be quiet. Hopefully we won't be hearing sirens during our lives anymore. Ah, good. Excellent. So, for those just joining in, it is Sunday the 17th of October. We're in the last week of Libra season before we head into Scorpio season. We're working with the Angel Dreams Oracle cards. This week is huge. So tomorrow, Mercury and Jupiter both finish their retrogrades, which is very, very exciting. If you're in different parts of the world, it will be a slightly different timing, but tomorrow morning, Perth time, Jupiter comes out of retrograde, and then in the evening, Mercury comes out of retrograde, which is very exciting for a Monday. Then on the 20th, we have the Aries Full Moon, which is large. This is going to be a really big one in regards to understanding where you've done things wrong, where you've done things incorrectly, where you've done things in a way that you need to change them. And now we can let that go and start to move forward better. And then at the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, we roll into Scorpio season. So we're rolling forward from air into water. We're moving forward with determination, with passion, with excitement, with really strong feelings. So it's going to be big at the end of next week. The full moon is going to be huge because there's big energy around Pluto. So those of you that have Pluto placements or are working with signs that are ruled by Pluto, just be aware, as well as those with Aries placements. It's going to be tense, it's going to be fiery, it's going to be tumultuous, so it's going to be a good time to not kind of lie low a little bit, kind of be aware of where maybe you've done things wrong, and sort of when things settle, come up and say, sorry, this was my fault, let's do things better. It's a really good time to be humble. It's a really good time to be aware of your own misgivings. It's a really good time to not fight yourself anymore and not fight the world around you anymore, and really let yourself kind of work forward. Does that make sense? This is a big energy week. I would argue it feels probably the biggest since sort of May, when everything started to go retrograde. It's like been bubbling in this heaviness, and we're going to hit a big peak before we lay it down again through November. It will settle. But yeah, this week's going to be a big one. So today is Sunday the 17th. I think we've been vamping for long enough with these cards. And I'm going to pull one card for every day of the week. I'm going to pull an overview card as a final card. And I will, of course, be pairing them all with crystals. This is for the collective, so please take what makes sense, take what is right for you, and leave the rest. If you want to share with your friends and get them involved, please do. Take a deep breath. Let's open our mind and see what guidance the cards are going to bring today. Quick coffee sip. Today, Sunday the 17th, our card of the day, Hawthorn and Balance. So this is a really beautiful, working with the elements here, balance and the elemental kingdom, literally the elemental kingdom and balance. So the elemental kingdom covers earth, air, fire, water, but it also is connecting to the earth. This is the greenery, this is Mother Earth, this is the physical. And this is very much finding balance in that plane. We've been doing a lot of mental, emotional, and spiritual work over the last several months. With all of these retrogrades, it has been mental, emotional, spiritual stuff. And now we're kind of being given permission to be a bit more physically active, be a bit more physically mobile, be working a little bit more on the physical plane as well. This is important to go with the tides. Where things have been one way, you need to do them the other way. If you have been pushing against something, it's time to change your tact. If you've been stuck in the mud, and let yourself be stuck in the mud, get yourself going and moving and make yourself do something. Don't let the universe do it for you. You've got to use the momentum and the energy around you. Don't waste it. This is really, really important. The finding balance in your life is going to be important. Do you need to find emotional balance after what you've been going through? Is it more mental balance with the last couple of months? Is it a spiritual or a combination of everything that you've been working with? Love it, Haley. This is it's a beautiful permission card, if that makes sense. Like, you have permission to rebalance, recalibrate, and work with what's around you. So as I said, this week, bonkers, big energy, lots of stuff happening around us. So we want to be as balanced and as settled and as calm as possible. We want to be unfuckwithable this week because it's going to be chaos. We want to be as centered within ourselves as possible. This feels to me like smoky citrine, that combination of feeling grounded and feeling active, you know. Think about tiger eye, think about bumblebee stone. I would recommend brown tourmaline, dravite, red aventurine, even ruby and garnet. These crystals and minerals that are going to get us connected to at a bit of base energy, so we're grounded and we're centered, but then something a bit higher up, whether it's the heart, the solar plexus, to get us moving, to get us active, to get us sort of in that forward motion. Does that make sense, everyone? This isn't saying go for the Hawthorn Hawks, but this is a really, really lovely, like, today is Sunday. Use it as your Sunday. Let yourself relax, let yourself chill, give yourself space today, and prepare for the week ahead. Does that make sense? One of my dad's favorite sayings, and I always hear it in my head, and it's the 5 Ps. 5 Ps or 6 Ps? Prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. 6 Ps. So it's very much that vibe today. Very much about being prepared for what's coming, knowing it's going to be chaos, knowing there's going to be people projecting shit, knowing there's going to be a lot of up and down stuff, knowing people are going to be out of balance, and knowing that it's up to you to stay balanced throughout. Does that make sense, everyone? Blue kyanite would be great. Selenite would also be really good. Those crystals that give us that sense of being aligned to ourselves would be really nice. So today, it's all about balance. It's all about finding balance, being in balance, and being prepared for what's to come. All right. We're going to roll forward. We're going to roll forward to tomorrow. So tomorrow in Perth, as I said, in the morning, Jupiter is coming out of retrograde. So we're going to feel a little bit more movement. Oh, wow. Hi there. That's amazing. I have to talk later. And it's giving us, then in the evening, Mercury is coming out of retrograde. So all of that, there's a good one. All that energy that's been sort of tense and hasn't been moving is really going to start moving tomorrow. So our card for Monday is, wow. What did I say about spiritual lessons? What did I say earlier? This is really, really lovely. So tomorrow, Jupiter and Mercury finishing their retrograde in Perth. So our violet card is really beautiful. What does it say? Spirituality, wisdom, and humility. These are really great energies to work from when we're tested in the physical realm, when people are bringing chaos, when the energy is kind of unpredictable. We want to rise above it. We want to take ourselves above. We want to be open. We want to be coming from a spiritual place, not being drawn into the human side of it, not being emotionally manipulated by the energy, not allowing yourself to react. This is very much about non-reactivity. Does that make sense? So don't let yourself be poked and prodded. Be aware, let yourself contemplate and think, go inwards, and then you should be a bit clearer about how you can progress. Does that make sense? Good morning. This is a great time to meditate. This is a great time to get in touch with what your spirit wants, what your spirit is telling you, what your intuition is throwing at you. This is not really going to be I want to say not a terribly logical day. Like, it feels like there's going to be a lot of stuff that's illogical, a lot of stuff that's a bit all over the place. And it doesn't have to make sense to make sense. This is the kind of thing where Spirit always has a reason for everything. There's always something behind it. There's always a lesson. And if we can understand that lesson, if we can take that high road, find that within ourselves, we grow, we become more wise, we evolve our spirit. This is very much a time of leveling up, of upgrading, of, you know, going forward in the best way possible. And if you haven't been learning spiritual lessons over the last 5-6 months, I'm sorry, you've been wasting the time and you'll be bitch slapped. Literally, this is like, if you're not learning the spiritual lessons, you will be forced to learn them. They will come back again. They will come back around and they will smack you again. Spiritual lessons are not always fun, not always joyous, and quite often very testing. And that's been the point of the last several months. It's been testing. It has been forcing us to learn, to evolve, to grow, to be better. So take the high road, be wise, learn to be less reactive and be more open to, you know, what's going on around, what's right in front of you. It feels like, for me, there's a big overriding message with this week of not... like, there is a, like, I'm hearing in my head, literal, not taking things so literally, not like, just because this says this, it's frustrating because I can't really put it together because it's bringing together the confusion that's around everyone. But it's like, yeah, it's not about it being literal, it's about it being more spiritual. Think about in your own life where you're being tested, where you're being pushed, where you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Yes, exactly. Respond, don't react. Take time to think. If you are, you know, if things come to you, if someone brings you a proposition, if someone says something completely out of the blue, if someone comes at you, whatever, step back and don't even react. Don't even engage. Don't let yourself be baited this week. Very, very, very important. A bit of spiritual detachment feels like a really good thing this week. So we want to be working with crystals like amethyst, lepidolite. You can connect to really amazing energy like Super 7 would be incredible. Super Quartz, Brandberg would be amazing for Monday. I would recommend working with charoite. Charoite would be really beautiful to work with. Yeah, anything in that strong purple realm that's going to really activate the crown as well. So sugilite is a great option as well. Auralite 23 if you have it. Violet flame opal. All of these crystals that are connecting the crown and the third eye together, because this is crown energy. Violet is crown energy, but I also want awareness for you guys. Like I want this awareness energy too. I hope that makes sense. Think about lotus energy, think about expansion, think about growth spiritually, think about wise energy, think about, what is it? The master knows, or the master has failed more times than the student has attempted. So it's okay to like go through a lesson and repeat it to understand it, but learn it and become wise through it. And following on from the balance card as well, like balance, this is aligned, this is balanced. So I would also recommend working with kyanite again, working with selenite as well. So really aligning yourself to your spirit and your higher self and the universe and all of that good stuff. All right, we're going to keep rolling forward. We're going to keep bringing through the messages for the week. So that is Jupiter and Mercury both finishing retrograde Monday. The next day is Tuesday the 18th. This will be... yeah, this will be interesting because it's going to be a little bit more... it's still building up because we're building up to the full moon, so it's not like the energy is going to ease off. We like this. See, by being aligned, taking the high road, We will be able to problem solve, resolution. So all of these planets finally finishing their big ass ugly retrogrades means that we're going to bring through a whole lot of clarity of mind. We're going to be able to see the path ahead of us. We're going to be able to know the decisions that we have to make. We're going to be able to know the right from the wrong, our left from our right, the good from the bad, and it's going to allow us to really find that clarity. I love that they have their eyes closed, so they're in meditation, they're thinking, they're taking time out, and the pieces of the puzzle are falling into their mind. This is a kind of really beautiful visualization of claircognizance or claircognience, which is a spiritual knowing, when your guides, when your higher self brings through information into you that is basically straight through the crown, straight into yourself, so that you know it as truth and you don't have to doubt it or question it. So by being aligned, by finding that balance this week, even though there is chaos, we can still problem solve. We can still find our peace. We can still find our happy. This is really, really beautiful, really wonderful energy. Again, non-reactive, not taking the bait, not fighting, but really understanding and feeling into it yourself and going, okay, this is what I need to do. This is why. All the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Again, when you go with the energy that's with you and you don't fight it, generally things happen easily and more quickly and more perfectly, right? This is a really good time to, as I said, finalize these lessons that you've been learning, gathering up what you need to really release with the full moon. So this full moon that's coming up on the day after, on the 20th, it's kind of the full moon that's culminating Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, and Mercury retrogrades. All of these retrogrades, all of this energy that sort of began at the start of the middle of the year is now culminating and is now sort of reaching a peak and is now reaching a point of, did you get the lesson? Did you really get it? Is like what's coming through. And if you did, awesome. This is a great time to work with really great mind crystals. So again, amethyst, because it's great for sharp mind. I would recommend sodalite, sapphire, blue tourmaline, tanzanite. I would recommend shattuckite. I would recommend quantum quattro, because it has shattuckite in it. Azurite would be wonderful as well. Really powerful mental energy we want for Tuesday. We want to be working with a really clear, focused mind and an ability to see into what we need. Rainbow fluorite. Learning lessons and understanding them and then being able to put them into practice. Rainbow fluorite. That's what we want. Oh my goodness. Why did that take me so long to remember? Sorry. As I said it, I remembered, because fluorite's about memory. We love it. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're rolling forward now into Wednesday, and Wednesday is the full moon. Are you ready for this? I love it. Support and guidance from the angels. Does it get any better than that? Isn't this what we all want? Isn't this what we're all craving? Isn't that thing that we're all hoping for? And this is like, you have that support. This is the full moon, selenite, full moon energy, angelic connection. Connect your guides, connect your angels. Ask, let go, let go, let go. Be vulnerable, be vulnerable, be vulnerable. Let yourself be emotionally volatile. Let yourself let go, release, purge, write, burn, cry, yell, let it all out. It's Aries full moon, so it's a double passion, fire, like huge energy vibe. So let yourself be like, "Rah!" and let it all out for you. Let yourself find that peace and let your angels bring that sense of upliftment, of positivity, of shifting, of finding that peace and clarity, that ability to problem solve and move forward. This is really wonderful. This is, you're going through your own very personal, very particular lessons and experiences, and this is about your support network knowing what you need. Does that make sense? You don't have to... I just got your joke, Samantha. Susie Quattro, sorry. Sorry, that's so funny. There you go, full moon based around trust. It's a huge one because it's so much big energy, so much that we're letting go of, so much that we've been learning about, so much that we've been experiencing, so much that we have been going through, both mentally and spiritually. We've been going through stuff emotionally, physically. Everyone's been going through different things, and we really have to use and work with the energy that's around us and to not fight it, but also to be aware of your personal lessons and your personal journey and not be comparing it to anyone's as well. So as I said, selenite, perfect to work with. Also think about angelite and celestite, angel aura quartz, scholasite, damburite, high vibration, angelic energy that's going to give you that connection that you're craving. I would also recommend working with obsidian because it cuts and it burns and it releases, and it's going to be a great full moon energy to work with for Wednesday. But this is, for me, really being vulnerable with yourself and your journey and your own mistakes and your own misgivings and where things have been shit and where things have been hard, and allowing yourself to know that that time is gone, that it's now moving forward. We're now able and allowed to use the momentum of forward. But we need to use it in our own way. We need to be doing it in the right way. We need to not be rushing. We need to just be using the momentum. Does that make sense? Big one this week. That's a huge full moon card, but I love it. It's great. Okay, so that was Wednesday with the full moon here in Perth. And now we're rolling forward into Thursday. Thursday is the 21st, and it is going to be the last day of Libra season. Wow. So this is actually appropriate for those of you in the Americas, because this will actually be your full moon on the Thursday, but we actually peak on the Wednesday night here in Perth. It doesn't matter. This is amazing. So we really are at a point of completion and culmination. We have literally finished a cycle. So this cycle of the last 6 months, the last whatever, it is ending, and we are now shifting forward. We are now allowed to let go and release. And remember, everyone, you don't just have to purge and release at the full moon. You have the 2 weeks following the full moon to continue to release and let go and purge, and use that waning energy to let go before you get to the new moon and you reset again. So this is a really wonderful time because we didn't really get to use the last new moon as actively because it was under the retrograde. So this is a really great time to really purge, like really purge. And again, what have you learned? This keeps coming up and I keep hearing it in my head, and this is about everyone. What have you learned? What have you learned this year? What have you been experiencing, and what lessons have you been learning? Not me, not anyone else, not your friends and family around you, but what are your particular lessons? Understand them truly and thoroughly, and let yourself let go of what needs to be let go of. I love it. And the images of the butterflies and the moths, you know, they have to go through that transformation. They go through that energy. So it's a really beautiful one. Actually, I would say, yeah, much more moth energy than butterflies, because moths are at night. Moths are very much here to teach us about those spiritual lessons and transforming spiritual lessons, and quite often difficult ones. So it's a really beautiful confirmation that not all lessons are fun, but they are necessary and perfect, and you're going to hopefully learn something from them. Absolutely. Always let go of what no longer serves. Let go of the baggage. Let go of the baggage. All right. So Friday, the 22nd, we're rolling into Scorpio season. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, much laughing happening. Rolling into Scorpio season, the 22nd is my Crystal Skulls workshop, so I'm very excited. Let's see what energy is around. So good. so good. This is amazing. This is super good. So, like, this purging, this releasing, these lessons that we're learning and understanding, everything that we're going through this week is so we can express ourselves properly, so we can move, so we can use that momentum. This is so exciting. This is great. This is wonderful. This is perfect. This is also a really important day in the move. Full moon crystals, selenite, everything for the other one. Everything that I said for Wednesday is valid for Thursday. Literally everything. Don't overthink it. But maybe add moonstone if you want to as well. So rolling into Friday, we really want to feel that sense of forward motion, feel that freedom, feel that energy, use it, enjoy it, love it, feel positive about it, and know that things are moving forward. Like, things may not necessarily shift really, really fast. Things may still be moving a little bit more slowly, but this is kind of permission to say you can now kind of really start moving forward. You can really start just being who you want to be, sharing all of that energy, all of that suppression and pressure and heaviness and weight that we've been carrying over the last several months is now being released. It's now moving forward. It's now healing itself in its own way. It's okay. It's getting there. I've got my second injection on Tuesday, problem solving day, which is great. So hopefully after that we'll be a lot better. So with Friday, think about, how do you express yourself? And how are you able to express yourself freely or more freely? Is it through just communication and talking, or is it actually more about how you dress, how you interact with people, the kind of posts you share, the kind of TV you watch, the music you listen to, the way you work in your job? All of this is expression, and it's not just communication. Does that make sense? So physical expression as well as verbal is important. How are you expressing your life? How are you expressing yourself? How are you expressing your existence in this journey and these lessons? And how are you going to be able to express yourself better and more clearly? Mercury, out of retrograde, governs expression and how we talk and communicate. So we're now able to express ourselves more clearly, communicate more clearly, say what's been on our mind, say what we've been thinking, really bringing it up and out. It's time. It's good. Even if it is just to yourself first. Even if it's just being vulnerable and open and honest and clear with yourself first, that's the best start. As long as you start there, as long as you're blunt, real, and honest with yourself and your own journey, it's everything. It really is everything. The more you hide yourself from yourself, the more you deny yourself, the much less happy you're going to be. Get out there and move, be creative, use that creative energy, use that forward motion. Yes, get out and dance, absolutely. Think about starting a new fitness regime. Think about doing something that is fit and active, doing something that is connected to creativity, but also just how are you expressing yourself in your life? Yeah, exactly. No hiding. Own all of your wacky, wonderful weirdness, please. So I'm not the only one. All right. And as far as I'm concerned, Scorpio is one of the most powerful energies for expressing themselves. Generally, you know what a Scorpio is thinking and feeling. They are very good at not hiding it. So let's use that. I'm lucky. I have a Scorpio rising, so I am excited about this forward motion. I'm ready. All right. Our Saturday card. Crystals for that, I would work with aquamarine, larimar, amazonite, aqua aura quartz, blue chalcedony, blue lace agate, blue opal, chrysocolla, turquoise, anything like that. I love it. I love it. So good. So good. All right. Saturday. Our card is, I love the snake. The snake makes me so happy. Please don't misconstrue the snake, because I will misconstrue you. The snake is healing. It is rebirth. It is rebirth, release, and integration. What did I say about learning your lessons? What did I say about what have you learned? Where have you made mistakes? And how are you going to make them better? The snake is shedding that skin, moving forward, wise use of power. The snake knows how to use its energy. It needs to warm itself up before it goes on the hunt. It needs to only feed itself once a week or once a fortnight. So you don't need to worry about holding on to things. Like, this full moon is really letting go, letting go, shedding, releasing, learning, integrating. This is such a perfect Saturday card for ending these lessons and really allowing yourself to continue to learn these lessons and understand them. What have you been holding on to that you can now give yourself permission to release? What burdens have others been putting on you that it's time to let go of, and others' expectations that you now need to release? What have you picked up maybe over the last 18 months during this time of fear and weirdness that is actually not okay, that's actually not right, and you've realized you've been taking on things that aren't correct, and it's time to shed those and let them go and move forward stronger, self-assured, self-sufficient as well. Snakes aren't going to attack you unless you provoke them. So don't let yourself feel, again, don't be baited, but know that you are within your rights to defend yourself, if that makes sense. But yeah, shedding our skin, letting go, learning our power better, learning how to use our energy better, understanding our own lessons. There is a snakeskin jasper that is unbelievable to work with for this kind of stuff, but serpentine energy is perfect because its name literally suggests what it's working with. Stick-tight serpentine, which is also known as Atlantisite, is actually probably an even better energy to work with, because stick-tight serpentine is about the spiritual lessons that we've gone through and how we let them go and how we don't allow them to come back. When we're going through spiritual change and transformation, working with stuff like selenite and obsidian to cut, release, and let go, it's good because we're letting it go and we're cutting it off and we're purifying our energy and all of that good stuff. But have you learnt the lesson properly? Have you fully learnt and understand why this has happened or why it keeps happening? Does that make sense? So this week is about really why. Why did you go through that? Why have you had to learn that again and again? Why has it taken you so long to understand this? And it's generally not because you've done something wrong, but it's because of other things that have been put upon you. Other people's pressures, other people's energies, stuff that you've picked up online, stuff that you've picked up from other people's fear, stuff from your parents, from family, from whatever, like from teachers of the past. All of this stuff needs to be removed and let go of, please and thank you. Okay, our overview for this week is the dandelion. Vitality, empowerment, perseverance. This is really, really beautiful. So through sticking to it, being like determined, persevering, you become empowered. You are like the switch is being switched on, basically. Perfect. Yeah, moss agate's a good one for this week. Moss agate definitely with this energy, that sort of integration and understanding of what's going on. But like, not only are you growing, the dandelion represents a couple of different things because it's considered a weed. And it can kind of grow anywhere. It's one of those things that will kind of come up and grow despite adversity, despite difficulty, and kind of one of the first things after winter. And then it spreads its seeds everywhere. The wind carries them. We send those wishes out into the out into the world. Beautiful, Melissa. So it's a really great time to know that through the hardship, we're coming up through the cracks, we're coming up through the difficulties, and we're now becoming, beautiful word, adaptable, able to fit in where we need to, go with what we need to go with, and then send out the dreams and the hopes for the next level up. And you'll be able to get there. You'll be able to figure out the way forward as you go along. This is a good time to keep dreaming about the future, a good time to keep hoping and wishing. And as I said, learning lessons, understanding these lessons, what have you gone through and why? How are you going to not allow it to happen again? How are you going to allow yourself to be vulnerable and continue to move forward? This is exciting. This is a really great chance for you to really take yourself to another level. If you're ready to, the universe is ready for you. And it's ready for that level up. It's ready for that shift, that change, that transformation that is like, it's been happening for ages. Like it's, it's now about going, oh, okay, let's just not fight it anymore. Does that make sense, everyone? Does that make sense? As far as crystals go, I would say green aventurine, red aventurine, bloodstone, hematoid quartz, ruby, fire agate, like actual fire agate or fire opal. Yeah, if you feel like working with moldavite, you could definitely work with moldavite. But it feels more, it's more about the regeneration through what you've been going through. It's more about this last 18 months, the last 6 months, whatever, it hasn't been about making us all feel like shit, even though that's what it's done. Does that make sense? It's more about giving the whole world a bit of time to learn some big, serious lessons so we can shift forward better, so we can make things better as we move into the future. So this is a really, really great chance to really look at yourself and your life and go, okay, this ain't good. We're letting that go. This is good. I'm moving into that. And I know why I made that mistake. I've lodged that in my brain. We're not learning a lesson again because I've learned it. Does that make sense? So our overview for this week is really empowering if you have been paying attention. If you've been allowing yourself to float through and hoping the universe will fix everything for you, sorry, that doesn't feel like it's going to work. You're very, very welcome. But as I said, keep thinking about that better future. Keep thinking about your own spiritual lessons. It's not about what other people have been going through. It's about your lessons and your life, and giving yourself that chance to be vulnerable with it, to be open to yourself, to know that it's now in the past. As we are stepping into the future, it is already a past thing. Does that make sense? I love it. I love it. Like, I knew that this shift of energy would be coming. Like, I've known about it. It's all been in the stars. It's all been showing us. But it's literally proving itself. It's literally actually feeling that way for us all. You're so welcome. Thank you all for joining. It's always a pleasure and never a chore. And as I said, this is the penultimate from this space. In 2 weeks, I will be moving. So next week will be my last one here. So we'll see what comes. Otherwise, take care of yourself and have a wonderful week ahead. Look after yourself. If you would like to, I have still got plenty of tickets to my Crystal Skulls workshop on Friday. So if you're in Perth, if you want to come and learn about crystal skulls, if you'd like to connect to your own brand new crystal skull and discover all that magic about it, come along Friday at Crystal and Stone. It's going to be amazing. And as I said, I shared yesterday my reading availability for the rest of the year. So if you want to book in, I've already had a few people message to book, so those spots are beginning to fill up. So if you do want a reading before the year's out, please send me a message so that you can book in yours. Otherwise, take care of yourself, look after yourself. I would actually recommend, as an extra couple of crystals this week, crystals that are going to help you to feel safe and protected from the shit that's going to be flying out everywhere else. So I would recommend natural smoky citrine, I would recommend black tourmaline, and I would recommend bronzite this week as well. That's all good. We'll have to do it next time I do it. Sorry, Kim, you've literally just reached the end of the reading. I do this for the collective. This is one card for every day of the week and one for the whole week. So if you want to watch it back from the start, when I finish, you'll be able to get a reading for the whole week. But yeah, namaste. Thank you all for joining in. I really, really appreciate it every week. Stay safe, stay sane, look after yourself, take care, and lots of love. See you all soon. Bye.